Hey guys, it's Ashley with AMJ Graphics. In my last video, I talked about just in general the most common tools that I use on Inkscape, and I mentioned learning the shortcut keys. I first learned Inkscape, I got a pen and paper and wrote down the shortcut keys so I could learn those to improve on my design time. Okay, I'll just go over, we're really self-explanatory, but I will go over them. The first one is Ctrl Z, and it will undo things. The next one is the physical delete button on the right side of your keyboard, and it will delete things. The third one is the number 3. If you hit the number 3, it will zoom in on whatever you're selected. Whatever object you're selected on, you can hit the 3 and it'll zoom in on it. Ctrl G to group objects together. Ctrl Shift G is to ungroup objects. If you can find the page up button and it's on the right side of your keyboard, it will bring the image to the front. And then the page down button will send the image to the back. The plus and minus button after your numbers on the top, and they're on the top right, will zoom in and out. I mentioned this in my first video. The Ctrl Shift A will pop up on the right hand side, your align and distribute. Normally when I'm working with text, I like to line them up, and you can center them, just whichever you like. Another one is the Ctrl Shift E. I like to have the export PNG image because I export PNGs a lot, so I like to have this up and handy right over here on the right. And Ctrl Shift F will open up the fill, and this lets you lower your opacity and put patterns in, stuff like that. Normally whenever you pop these up on the right, the first time you pop them up, next time you get into Inkscape they'll already be there, so you really won't need that unless something happens, but if so, you know how to pop those up and get those on the right, so they just come in handy. And then the last is if you hold your Ctrl Shift button when you're selected and you're resizing, if you hold the Ctrl Shift and start to size down, it will hold the proportion of the object selected. And you can see if I didn't, it'll make that like that. So that always comes in handy. And there is one more thing that I forgot to tell you in my first video. Every action that you do. So say if I was, I'll just say this for in general. Down here at the bottom of the toolbar below the colors, you can see it says group of 211 objects in layer 1. It tells you each action that you're doing. So if I was to ungroup these, it'll say down there. So the only thing the reason I wanted to tell you that is I had trouble knowing if when I clicked an action if I was doing anything, because clearly I didn't know what I was doing in the beginning, so I had no idea. But this little toolbar, it does come in handy because it does allow you to look down and see if your action took place, or if it's doing what you're wanting to do. And you'll understand that more later once you get through the videos and learn more about Inkscape. That'll become more normal. But these are the most shortcut keys that I use when I'm designing an image. Everything else I manually do, but these shortcut keys cuts down a lot of time for me. So this was just a quick video. I hope you wrote these down for future reference. If you would like to learn more about Inkscape, please subscribe or watch my videos. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, or send me an email at amjtutorials@gmail.com. Thanks guys, happy creating.